Hi everyone, welcome back to Frenchies Bakery. Today we are going to be doing episode 7 of our Chunky Cookie series. I can't believe we're at 7 already. I cannot wait to get to 10. I have an awesome cookie in mind. So we have 2 more cookies until 10. So if you guys can think of some flavors to put down below of what we're gonna stuff our cookie with and what the flavor is gonna be and everything, that would be awesome. I love seeing comments and DMs on Instagram with ideas. They're really, really great. So today our cookie is going to be a white chocolate blueberry cookie, and I am so excited to see what it looks like at the end. I'm so excited to taste it. I'm so excited to cut into it. Mike had a little idea of what's gonna be going in the center of this, so he had some say in this cookie because I could not think what I wanted to put in the middle, and I love his idea. So I'm really excited to show you guys that, and I think it's just gonna be a really fun cookie, and I love doing these videos. It's been far too long, even though it hasn't been that long, but like in my mind it's been far too long. I want to do these cookies every single day. They're so huge and fun to cut into. It's just my absolute favorite. So the first thing we're going to work on is actually the filling, because we're gonna need to freeze it. Otherwise we're not gonna be able to stuff the cookies because it's kind of like a liquid consistency. So I wanna do like individual little balls to put in the center of our cookies, and then that way, you know, we can put the dough around it and everything. So we'll have to let them freeze while we mix our cookie dough. So our center is going to be blueberry pie filling, and this was Mike's idea. We were in the grocery store and I was like, this is a cookie I'm doing. What on earth am I gonna make the center? Or should I just do a blueberry cookie with white chocolate chips in it and then that's it, no center? And then he was like, why don't you do blueberry pie filling? And I was like, that is such a good idea. And then when we were walking to the cash register, I was like, well, we can't use like a liquid form. So I'm gonna scoop out little balls of it and then we'll put it on a cookie sheet and we'll freeze it. I was thinking about adding cornstarch to it. We'll see whenever we open this up. I have to grab my can opener and cookie sheet and I'll zoom out the camera and show you guys everything. So we'll see if we're gonna add cornstarch to this or not to try and thicken it up. But yeah, this is gonna be our filling. So let me zoom the camera out and we will work on our center of our cookie. Hey guys, so I opened up my pie filling and I have never used blueberry pie filling before. Normally I make it from scratch. So I didn't know what the consistency was gonna be, but I think it's really, really perfect. And this is my favorite type of pie filling with the really small blueberries. That's what I like to use, the small frozen blueberries for whenever I make my blueberry pie. I don't want them to be like the huge chunky fresh ones. I don't know why, I just like them to be the smaller version for my pies, but we're not making pie today, we're making cookies. So I have a teaspoon here. We're not gonna need to use cornstarch. I think that this is gonna work out perfectly without it, which is awesome because that's one less ingredient for you guys, one less ingredient for me. I think a teaspoon is going to be perfect, and I also think Mike is a genius for coming up with this idea. I'm really excited to see how it turns out whenever we cut into it. I think it's gonna go everywhere, which I love, cutting into a cookie and having like all of the juices flow out of it in the center if it's like a marshmallow or something. I like whenever it's kind of in liquid form instead of being something solid like another cookie inside. I don't know why, I just like that. So it's like ooey and gooey whenever you pull it apart. That's just my jam. I'm really excited to taste these. My mouth is watering just thinking about it because this filling is gonna be warm. It's gonna be like a fresh pie, but it's gonna be a cookie. And it's gonna take much less time to make and much less time to bake. So I'm gonna scoop out the rest of these and I'm going to pop them in the freezer, and these are gonna freeze up while we mix our cookie dough together. Alrighty you guys, so I moved my mixer over here as usual. We're going to start mixing together our dough. This kitchen is about to start smelling so incredible. It already is with that blueberry mix being opened. So we're going to work on our wet ingredients first, as usual. So you're going to need 1 cup of softened butter, 1 cup of granulated sugar, 3/4 cup of brown sugar, and we're gonna cream that together for about 20 seconds. And then we're going to add in 2 eggs and 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and we're gonna cream that together for another 20 seconds until it becomes nice and incorporated. All right, now we're going to work on our dry ingredients. So we're going to be putting them into a separate bowl and whisking them together, and then we'll add them into our wet. So you're going to need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 cup of whole wheat flour, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, and 1 teaspoon of salt. and we are just going to whisk this together, and then we are going to add it slowly into our wet ingredients and mix it just until it's incorporated. And then we're going to add in 2 cups of white chocolate chips, and we're just going to mix this just until they are incorporated. You do not want to overmix this. We messed up on our last chunky cookie video, so make sure you're not overmixing. Right, so we have our dough all mixed up. I'm gonna be putting on a glove here because we have to add in our blueberries. I didn't want to do it with the mixer because I figured they would get smashed up and everything. And also using a spatula might be too difficult with how thick the dough is. So I'm just gonna mix it up by hand and try and be really light so we don't smash the blueberries. So I'm going to add in a cup of blueberries. I just rinsed them off and then patted them dry. And I'm just going to fold them into this cookie dough by hand as lightly as possible because they're already like smushing and going everywhere. But that's going to add a little bit of color to our cookie as well. It's gonna make them like a nice pretty purplish blue color, so that's totally fine. I just figured that the mixer would do way worse than doing it by hand. But they're definitely, you know, breaking and smashing up in here, but nothing too crazy. And then I am going to go get our frozen pie filling, and we are going to start to form our cookies and then place them in the freezer, and it'll be time to bake. All right, you guys, so our pie filling is frozen, not fully frozen, but enough to work with. I have my giant ice cream scoop here. We're gonna take out a scoop of cookie dough, plop it in my hand, flatten this out a little, and then we're gonna add our pie filling right into the middle of it and form our dough around the pie filling. So I'm gonna form all of these cookies, and we're gonna pop them into the freezer for about 2 hours. I might not even have time for 2 hours today. Maybe I will. And then we will bake them up. Alrighty, you guys, so my cookies have been in the freezer for about 2 hours. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and we're gonna pop these in for probably 17 minutes. And I think the bake time is gonna be around there. Not anymore, because there's nothing crazy on the inside. It's not like a solid thing. So I think that these are gonna bake up perfectly around 17 minutes. So I'm gonna pop these in, and then we'll see how they turn out. So our cookies were in the oven for about 17 minutes. I think it was like 17 minutes, 15 seconds. I left them in there just for a tad bit longer than 17 minutes. And as usual, you guys know, this is the drill. We're gonna take our chocolate chips and we're just going to put some in the tops. So I am going to let these sit here for a little bit, let them cool off. I'm gonna bake off the rest of my cookies and we will be done. All right, you guys, just like that, our white chocolate blueberry cookies are finished. The kitchen does smell amazing. The cookies look incredible. Are you kidding me? They look so good. I'm so excited to eat one. As soon as I turn off this camera, I'm digging in. I don't wanna always eat on camera for you guys. I feel like that's like, I don't know, annoying? I don't know, but I'm not gonna taste test them today. I just feel like it's a little annoying to like watch me eat. I don't know why. But anyways, these were a very big success. I'm very happy with them. I'm really excited that we're getting to our Chunky Cookie Series number 10. I'm so excited that we're getting really close to that. So this has been so much fun. I love all of the flavors that we've done so far. And maybe after like doing like 15 or something, I can do a compilation video of all of them and me cutting into them and stuff. I feel like that would be a lot of fun. So these look scrumdiddlyumptious. They remind me of like blueberry pancakes, and they're just great. They smell so amazing. It smells great in here. And the boys, all of them are out filming right now, so whenever they come home, they're gonna be like, whoa, it smells good in here. So be sure to stick around for the end of the video to watch me cut into these bad boys, because I think it's gonna be pretty messy. So hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.